can say with gusto, it is a fact. The river winds. So IronSteel, starting with the berry start. He's got a decent start for the berries. This straggler is kind of blocking one of his spots for perfect walk times. That could be an issue for him. Soy, his granary is pretty good too. That should be fine for perfect with 5. With 5 bills, he'll have more than enough. Not quite able to squeeze out the 4 bills that Shang sometimes can. Or the 4 berries that Shang sometimes are able to do, but 5, the preference for Shang. Now, let's take a look at the minimap here. There's just the one crossing in the middle. I think that IronSteel in brown is going to have to contend with the crossing as part of his wall. I mean, I think that's pretty clear here. But he has this forest to work with, and so this, blocking off this, might be something he could consider, and conceding this side of his land if this is where the rush somehow comes from. But IronSteel's going to have to find a way to wall this. He's going to probably do a dock block, as we've seen, knowing how close he is to the crossing. In the past, we've seen him just immediately build the dock blocks, and I think he's going to be going for that again. Now, Soy, his wall, it's not really a wallable map for him, but he does have 3 elephants. I guess if he does some wild house wall, he could get something off, but that's just too much for him. His map is going to be open. We could be seeing him walling himself into here, actually, now that I think about it. Something that he has done in these games so far has been walling himself into a small section with a granary and farming his way with a wood line. So I'll have plenty of wood and his granary and space for farms back here. We've seen him utilize this strategy before, and then he just sends scouts out from his building wall, which I predict could happen here. I'm not certain about that. We don't know what he's up to. He could be trying a new strategy here, but if he's going for his typical strategy, that would be the thing. Or he would be doing a more open map style, which could lead to problems for him. Now, IronSteel already with his storage pit and the house on the wall, house on the water, could be indication that he's prioritizing wood here. Yeah, so with 7 on wood, we're going to be seeing some docks from him. He's yet to get his gazelle under his town center, whereas his opponent has already gotten the first one under. So this is going to be a priority on getting these docks up and making himself safe, because the proximity of this crossing is just a little bit unnerving. There's no way for him to get his berries safe. There's no way for him to keep his gazelle safe. And his wood line would then be exposed. So here's the first dock. There is a hole on this side. I wonder if he's aware of this. He probably is. But this is now a 3 dock block due to the placement of this dock. He could have placed it 1 tile to the left, and then it would have been a 2 dock block. But maybe he wants to keep this open. Yeah, so his aggressive style is usually benefited. I think he just noticed. He now knows that that's open on this side. So what are we going to see from him? Defensive barracks? I think he's going to drop something. He's focusing on the gazelle currently, actually. So, yeah, I think we're going to be seeing this closed style from Soy, where he kind of walls himself in. He's going to be house wall. His stables and barracks are going to be here, I would assume. And that's going to be a really interesting thing, because typically we see IronSteel running forward with 2 Vels and dropping aggressive barracks on his opponent's side of the river, and then going for sea control. So how is this going to play out here? A lot of the elephants are on this hill. This hill would be really impactful, I think. I think as soon as IronSteel, if he makes it to this hill, he's going to build on this hill. But he might opt for building along the river, as we've seen him do previously. Interesting. So another dock here. He saw it before, but he should know that this is open. 1 villager moving forward for Soy, I would assume, to work on these elephants. Maybe going for a crossing. Explore. He's about to run into a lion, but he'll have the hill advantage, so that won't be too much of an issue for him. Yeah, the first elephant already lured back, so I believe he's going for another lure here. And here's the barracks, so yes, we are seeing a little more closed than I anticipated, but it is a closed map style with the housefall barracks, and maybe his stable is going to be dropped here. He's going to lock all of his vills in here and go for... Oh man. So he's found the double docks. He knows his opponent is going up on a much higher eco count because of these fishing boats. He knows that he doesn't have anything on the sea, and is IronSteel going to pursue this villager? He has the HP advantage, but not if he takes some hits from this croc, and he avoids the croc very narrowly, and he's pursuing. He's pursuing. This is a villager. It is on the hunt. Vill v Vill. If Soi stops moving, we will get some hits in. Oh, IronSteel getting juked a bit. Will miss. He saw it go to the left, I believe, but now he's lost sight of it. And oh, what's going on? Soi ducking down around. The micro coming out, but during this time, IronSteel has built his barracks close to the river, kind of covering these elephants. If we see some counter aggression from Soi, maybe a transport or something of the likes, we might see IronSteel go for the Exodus strategy again. Oh, and whoa, I missed this. The scouts are already out for Soi, and ooh, the huge economy for IronSteel, but still not Tool. He's going to be so late to Tool Age. And he's going for Axers, and it's just going to be way too slow, and his map is still open. Soi sending 3 villagers forward. Maybe he needs to block this, and he's... Okay, so he's going to block it initially with a fishing boat to stop the first rush while he builds an archery range to protect himself. He's going to have to put... Okay, I think he's building a scout ship here. He's sacrificing one boat for the cause, sacrificing another boat for that wall off. Getting the bowman out. He has some fishing ships to work with. This will buy him some time, but this is a very interesting sacrifice. This is a good deal for Soi. Getting these +2/+2. Oh, and it's open. It's open. Now, okay, IronSteel does have +2 armor and 2 archers out already. So every little shot he gets here is free money. It's free real estate. The micro, one a little further out. He's got 3 bowmen, though. He can now micro 1 back at a time. A 4th bowman, he's got enough here. I think he's got enough to defend, as long as he keeps shooting at this point. He's got the HP, and the scouts are essentially nullified at this point, but 3 more will come across, and SoiGia's first boat is a scout ship. So he's going to be trying to deny a lot of this food income for IronSteel. IronSteel, with no other food income at this time, needs to maintain the sea at this point. I think he's going to be making some scout ships pretty soon. He's got a lot of villagers on wood and no other buildings going up. So I think... Oh, but it's already 2 scout ships for Soi. Soi scouting the map with his scouts, his actual scouts, his horseback scouts. But he's not going to find anything over there. The first ship coming out for steel, it's not going to be enough. The second ship comes out too, but he doesn't have any repairmen nearby to get those repairs underway. The bowmen move forward. Bit of a cluster stuff as we bit of a cluster as IronSteel walks past the scouts. The scouts getting into the woodline. This could be absolutely devastating. It depends on what Soi does, though. Soi will back out of this. He cannot afford to lose his scouts. This is a lot of bowmen, and the bowmen are starting to reach that critical mass, to which point scouts are going to have some trouble. Now, Soi still pressuring on the water with a 3-to-1 advantage on the sea. Some of his ships are a little hurt, but nothing too bad. Actually, this one is close to dead. 6 shots from death, but now 4-to-1 on the sea. And while the bowman count is quite high, IronSteel needs to be worried about food income. He currently doesn't have one. He's got 2 clubbers in reserve, but the axe upgrade has been ignored. Soi, maybe? Oh, the tech switch from Soi. He has the market. Does he have stone income somewhere? Currently no stone mining happening, but we'll be seeing that very soon. The slingers are strong counter to bowmen. Another thing about bowmen is that they can help Iron win this water if he micros towards the bowman. Oh, wow. A lot of Iron's woodies on this south side of his base getting cut out. Now, 3 to 4 on the sea, but the HP advantage is to IronSteel. So he will be able to pick this up, especially when you consider that offshore support. Oh, man. IronSteel winning back the sea for now. At least protecting himself enough. And Soi, really bold move here. Moving out onto the map, playing that open style still, knowing that he's got space to work with. And bowmen are slow, so bowmen can't destroy his exposed villagers here, but he's going to be going forward for these elephants. It's 4 elephants, that's a lot, but he is in vision. He's going to be in vision of this barracks, so IronSteel's going to know about this. Now, the sea battle still raging on. Looks like it's going to go in favor of Iron for now. If IronSteel is able to secure the sea back, his position will be greatly alleviated. Going for a 3rd dock will certainly help his production, especially as he continues to mass woodworkers. Very interesting game so far. The scouts maybe a little, maybe overproducing and getting some slingers out of fear of these bowmen. Maybe a little preemptive. He doesn't have the stone income yet. These clubbers are screening on this side there. They're just there for info. These 2 very hurt bowmen are going to get a lot of scouting information, so he now knows that neither of these stone mines are being used. Unless there is a 3rd one on SoiGia's side, which he would not know, because he has all 3... He has the 3 stone mine side of the river map. Now, the sea is still, in terms of numbers, in favor of IronSteel. Now, moving across with 2 scouts and 4 slingers, unupgraded slingers. He's going to get some pokes in on these fishing boats, but Iron's going to have time to react, bring back the bowmen, bring back the scouts, and we're seeing the switch into farms now, realizing that it might be futile to keep focusing on fishing boats. The sea, a very volatile form of food income. Now, so keeping these 2 scouts alive will be a nuisance, but 5 bowmen is more than enough. But he killed a villager, and that was a would-be farmer. The farm is still able to be built, but I don't know, 50 food and a little bit of time. IronSteel with the Vilhai still, but I don't think that's current. I think losing a bunch of his fishing boats was a big deal. But now this boat battle in the middle, Mork seems to have gotten the numbers back. I missed something. Oh, right, he brought some ships back off to the side to fight off the scouts. And now IronSteel sent packing. Oh, did I say Mork? Sorry, Soi. Mork was yellow earlier. My bad, everybody. Now, Steel with the numbers advantage. If he can kill the ship and barely having an HP advantage, but every shot this 10 HP scout gets off on Soi's navy will be critical. The farm's coming in for Soi at this point as well, so we're seeing both players transition into that farming economy as it appears that I missed something. Did these bowmen deny? These bowmen denied the elephant. Yeah, it was risky to come out here, and it was under the vision of that barracks. So IronSteel moved forward with some bowmen and denied a lot of potential economy. That was, I mean, 4 elephants like that, that's bronze worthy, right? That's plenty of food to hit bronze. Still 6 bowmen at home, and the naval supremacy is, it's hard to count, but it's not hard to count. It's hard to say, but currently, Steel with a small advantage. There's a little bit of a lull as both players reorganize. These cheeky axers just kind of hanging out. Now, okay, Steel making a play on the sea. He's got the numbers. We'll be seeing 2 more scout ships pop out for Soi. He's going to need to, as this is kill potential on the sea. 6 ships moving forward against 2. 1 boat just coming out, and it's going to get absolutely destroyed. With 5 HP, that's 1 shot. He's got to get it to move forward, and he might be able to get some cheeky kills if he were to go now, but it appears he won't do that. Steel, Not quite noticing where these ships are going. Oh, we have some action in the middle here. The scout quickly nullified. The slingers without upgrades. Soi has very few units on the map to speak of, and this is some bowmen coming in to threaten this woodline. There is no wall up here, so there is no repositioning the woodline. These archers are just gonna walk right in. These bowmen, and they're gonna almost two-shot with this 5th bowman. They're going to be two-shotting if he focus fires, but I don't think he needs to. And that's the GG from Soi. This being open and the bowman just walking in. Bowmen seem to be a very strong ranged unit counter to these scouts. Seeing the scouts come across, using the fishing boat to block the strait, along with his docks, and then giving himself time to get the melee upgrade for the bowman, and then getting out like 4 or 5 bowmen meant that those initial scouts that came across from Soi were mostly nullified. He was able to get in on the woodline, but he just wasn't able to get the damage done. He killed a bunch of vills here, and the timeline, when we look at it, it looked like Soi was getting back into it, but losing both on the sea and also this threat on the land was just too much for him. So we see the first game going to IronSteel. Absolutely intense. What a match! This was a close game, and the tech switches were critical. I would have liked to see Soi getting that slinger upgrade and maybe getting a few more slingers. Maybe thinking he could click bronze and just getting punished for it. I think moving forward with all of his vills, I'm not sure how many vills he lost there. I missed it, but it could have been a decent amount. Anyway, let's jump into game 2 pretty quickly here. Wow, what a game. So the first game going to Soi. Sorry, to Iron. And yes, I do upload everything to YouTube, but I'm going to be doing that during the week. I'm not going to do that right away. So we'll wait for the players to get into this lobby, and we start game number 2. This is a best of 3. These have been very deadly series. Not a lot of opportunity for mistakes typically in these 1v1s, especially in the Tool Age. Losing a couple of villagers can mean the game. So when you have just 2 matches, essentially, well, 3 games per series, it can lead to a lot of very quick sets. Fantastic game, though. Fantastic show from both. Soi with an extremely fast tool time that game. I didn't check the exact time on it, but I mean, Iron maybe getting a little greedy with his build order, going up to tool much later than Soi, but it didn't seem to be too much of an issue. He used that fishing boat to block the strait a bit with his docks, and it was very efficient. I think how many did he sack? He sacked 2 fishing boats, and then the third one wasn't quite close enough, but and the scouts started getting in, but that was enough time. What would have been really funny was if he brought a Vill forward to that strait and started repairing the fishing boat from behind. That would have been the next level play. But still, that was impressive. The micro from IronSteel, after his interview earlier today, after beating Morik, he said he feels really rusty and that his micro isn't as good. But, I mean, clearly it was. Just giving IronSteel some time to get in the game, and here he is.
Yes. Yes.
Everything looks good. Players are ready. Do this. And jumping into game number 2 of this best of 3, we have a double crossing river, which we have yet to see IronSteel have, I believe, unless he got one in his games against Sissoko. Soi a little more comfortable, I believe, with the double crossing rivers. Here is the minimap if you would like to see. We have IronSteel in the yellow on the right side here. and Soi on the left at 9 o'clock in the red pieces. Both players obviously playing Shang, as it is a Shang 1v1 tournament. Welcome everybody. We are jumping into game number... This is game number 2. I've said we are jumping every time we've started a game. This is just game number 2 of this best of 3. IronSteel with a close victory, but as it started to close out, he showed some technical prowess with his fishing boat, and the water micro going in his favor, and the unit choices seemed a bit stronger for him. Picking the right counters, not committing to the Axeman in that last game. But anyway, let's focus on this game. Now, interesting for Soi is that his Gazelle here are against the wall, and we've seen this a couple times in this tournament. It can be really tricky if you accidentally get them. They can get glitched kind of on the absolute edge. But Soi, no stranger to this, is you see how he's moving his Vil along the exact edge of the wall. That way all the Gazelle get scattered out into the map and are much easier to navigate back to the town center after that point. IronSteel also going for his lure. They're going to have pretty similar times this time. The Gazelle patches seem fairly even this time. The push coming in at the same time. That's it. That's important this time around. In previous matches, we've seen... In the previous game, we saw IronSteel with a faster Gazelle push, I believe. Now, if we talk about wallability of the map, it's tough for both players. Although I'd say Soi actually has a pretty clean wall. Now that I think about it, if Soi scouts it properly, he could find himself with a very simple wall. Here to here, here to here, here to here, and here to here, and that'd be a pretty simple wall off. And we've seen him go for these bigger wall-offs previously. Depends on if he finds them, though. He has these elephants here to work with, another berry patch, and another elephant over to the left here. Now, Steel, no access to elephants, and his map is a lot more open, at least on the front, which is where it kind of counts here, because this is where the first crossing is. The second crossing being up quite a bit, probably won't be too influential in this tournament, in this game, rather. But if one player decides to go for the block off without realizing that there is another, could potentially fall into some troubles. Wow, now Steel maybe failing his Gazelle lure a bit here. Needs to get some of these Gazelle push back. Meanwhile, Soi has a very clean TC. This is extremely powerful. That's beautiful to see, really. All these Gazelle, the walk time extremely short for for all the Vils here. Yeah, wow. And now IronSteel forced to go back and waste 2 villagers' time on luring these again and pushing. Ooh, maybe that was a rally point, pushing the Gazelle back again. This is going to be a big delay for him. He's going to be a little behind on food in terms of clicking up. Both players up to 20 Vils. We'll need to see if there's a dock coming out. And here's the dock for Steel. Steel has been showing a slightly larger tool economy by booming a bit more in the stone in several of his games, but he has shown himself to be potent with quicker rushes, a versatile player. So it's important to notice they're both at 22, but it's important to note when Steel stops booming in the Stone Age, rather. Now, this artifact has made it all the way across. He will scout out this potential wall spot for Soi, and maybe even these berries, which he could rally some units to in the future, should Soi utilize them. Both of these elephants getting lured back already. Wow, I think we're going to see a very fast time for Soi based on this town center. It's really, really clean here. Really clean. Wow. Soi with a villager across the map. Did this villager... Who hurt this villager? Who did this? Looks like Soi's looking to build a barracks here, which could be a different play from him. We've yet to see that from him. And, ooh, Steel with a second dock, and he's going for a much larger economy, although he may have already clicked tool and is just building some fishing boats in the meantime. That means his barracks are going to be a little bit further behind, and if we see that barracks come out from Soi right now... Oh, we see a barrack at home. Is this a stable? Is this going to be a stable? Ooh, this villager from Iron is coming across the map. Got a race, a foot race. The first marathon. Didn't actually happen in Greece. Happened in China. Now, okay, so... Ooh. Soi narrowly avoiding being spotted here. What is he looking for, though? He has a tool, and this is the forward stable. But, oh my gosh, is IronSteel aware? Does IronSteel know? Okay, no, he was looking for the crossing. He found a second crossing. This isn't even walled fully. He's going for a lot of ships. This stable could be brutal. He is not walled back. He's not walled back at home, and he might think that he's safe. But Soi could be facing a similar situation. Now, at this point, I think Iron knows. I think Iron knows where Soi is. I think he knows, roughly speaking. But we already have the first. Ooh, oh my gosh, we already have the first scout coming out. +2. This scout is going to be absolutely brutal in an archery range. Oh my gosh, Steel knows. Oh my fucking god, my game just crashed. The game crashed. Well, I'm gonna go check on Soi's stream and see if their game is still live. You'll see that Soi's link is in not the description, but it is. Okay, yeah. Soi. Okay, so my game crashed. We're gonna let the players finish this off. You can see it from Soi's perspective right above. Man, that's a real shame. But I guess we can all watch it from here. I'm gonna keep casting it. Oh, and oh. Oh wait, no, the game froze for them. I wasn't hosting dedicated, so this shouldn't crash their game. I'm lagging out for them. Yeah, they will not need to restart this. This game will keep counting. But my game fully crashed, and it looks like their game will continue. I will tell them to continue. Sorry about that. Some weird technical difficulties. That is the first thing. So yeah, I recommend you all. Here it is. I recommend you all go to. No. Go to Soi's channel here. Don't go to Thuntix. Here's Soi's. No, this is the player's perspective. It's a real shame that disconnect happened. I'm really sorry, guys. I don't know what happened. I have absolutely no idea. Sometimes games just crash. Now, from Soi's perspective, I'm going to keep commentating from Soi's perspective. So if you want to hear my commentary, feel free. So Soi seems to be having a very commanding lead now that Iron is forced to run with a lot of his fills. The scouts from Soi are going to be pretty brutal. The bowman coming out for Iron. Does he have the upgrade? I can't tell. Does he have the armor upgrade? Do we know? Probably. Oh, he clicked really quick. No armor upgrade for Iron. So his scouts will do quite a lot of damage here. And the tech switch into slingers is absolutely critical here. Absolutely critical. Is he going to do the upgrade this time, though? He's going to be mining stone from Steel's base. Oh, man. Again, I'm sorry about this issue here. I have no idea what happened. This is a big battle happening. It's a lot harder to cast this now that I don't have my my normal perspective. Wow. The second berry finally getting used for Soi. Is he going to get... Oh, the artifact block to save himself. Might be pretty good here. Oh, but he chopped her on the other side in the panic from Steel as he goes to bone the scouts, but the scouts are going to be way too strong. I think we might see a GG after this. Oh, sorry guys. I can't do anything about the timing. No, I don't think... sorry, yeah. I'm very aware that my stream is black right now. My game crashed it. I am watching Soi's perspective on his YouTube right now. And I highly recommend you also go there. 2x speed? I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'll mute this then, if the audio is weird. Yeah, sorry guys, we have this really weird technical difficulty, but after this we will get right back to the normal casting. Like I said, I'm going to keep streaming, I'm going to keep casting this from Soi's perspective now. So I guess you could watch from him and listen to me. If you don't want to listen to me, just come back at the end of this game. My computer is not capable of that. I cannot show my stuff because I have some graphics card issues. I'm sorry guys. This is just what we have to deal with. Yeah, I can only stream games. It's weird. I have 2 graphics cards on my computer, and I have to change everything to my crappy Intel one because I can't change my desktop graphics card to my... I can't change the renderer of the desktop to... What's it called? Yeah, it's weird. It's confusing. Man, I wanted to think that Soi had a strong advantage in this game, but without the Slinger upgrade still, I don't know how he's going to be able to come back from this. Yeah, I'm going to keep commentating from Soi's perspective. I hope you guys enjoy it, and then we will get the game underway right after this. So I'm going to focus now. So the fish ship's under duress a bit, but the ship count and the HP count will be in... It's going to be in Steel's favor. Now, is he... So he's moving forward, but without the Slinger upgrade, he's really going to struggle to do anything against these Axers. And these Axers with +2 damage, I believe, are just going to absolutely destroy these Slingers. Now, the Micro will come out, but is it going to be enough? No. Yes, he's forced to retreat here. One of Steel's ships gets caught out. Seemed like he had the numbers advantage previously, but maybe he just lost one for free there. And this... Okay, so the Slinger's on the hill. Gonna go down. Oh man, these Axers are proving to be absolutely brutal for Soi to deal with. He has yet to do the Slinger upgrade from the market. Didn't he build a market earlier? I swear we saw it. Yeah, no, yeah, if you're just tuning in, go to that link, and I'm casting from his perspective. My game crashed as a spectator, and I do not want to force the players to restart in a game that was already so far in. So as we continue with this, Soi seems to have pushed back Iron on the water a bit, but will these 2 scouts... He's moving 2 scouts across, as I can see, towards that vulnerable wood line, but there were bowmen there previously, and the bowmen have left. This wood line is completely undefended, and it's still not walled. Are we going to see a quick house wall or something of the like? No. So the 3 scouts now, 4 scouts are now going to get in. And this is going to be brutal for Steel, and that's the GG. Alright, so I'm going to host the next game, and hopefully we will never see that bug again. I never want that to happen again. That was terrifying. I'm really glad, though, that the game only crashed for me. If that had crashed the actual game, I don't know how we would have continued. I didn't plan for that, and I think I need to now. Anyway, so we're here. We're hosting again. So the second game has gone to Soi, which means we're getting a best of 3 here. Which is awesome. I think we should really all appreciate that. I'm going to just message the players real quick, talk to them for a sec, so I'm going to get you guys that. So this is the bracket.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a crazy close game. It's a real shame that we missed out on the ending there. But I guess we saw most of the stuff. Yeah, Soy won that first match. So let's go into game number 3 pretty soon. We have we need a little quick break here for one of the players. Oh man, I don't know what happened. I'm gonna close some of my stuff and see if that might help prevent that. I don't know what that could have been. Yeah, I think we might be seeing some Scout versus Bowmans. I think that might be a thing that we're seeing. I think it's going to emerge with this new balance. There's a lot of possibilities, at least while players are still trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah, that's I guess the beauty.
Yes. Yes. Start the game already.
All right, both players are ready.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
And we're going to jump right into game number 3 of this best of 3. This is so far a really tense series. Now, quick look at the minimap here. We have a single crossing. We got the S of the river clearly defined. We have Soy in the right as yellow. And we have IS, IronSteel, as the red pieces. The winner of here will move on to the finals. The winner of this game secures the cash prize for second place and has the opportunity to get the first place cash prize. Now, interesting map. Now, this time around, IronSteel has a wallable map. He's pretty safe in here, and I like his map a bit. If he can find these elephants and do something about them, he should be in a pretty good position. I'm not sure how many gazelle are behind this forest, but I do see one at least. Interesting to see how many there are there. IronSteel already starting his gazelle push. Now, Soy with a much more open map. An awkward hill here, but 2 elephants really close by. Running into a lion very early on, but handles that with no problem. River is a map where most of your nature units are. These crocodiles, which are far less annoying than lions. Rarely will you get these double lions. Every now and then, like there's one over here, but like that's not really going to impact this game. IronSteel getting his gazelle push underway, and the gazelle push for Soy equally timed. Now a little awkward here in the forest. Soy's gonna have to do some. Wow, that gazelle just went a really long distance. Do some work here to get these gazelle back in order. Economies even 11-11. These 2 elephants again. They're a little far, but he's got this big cliff to help wall off, and the stone mine is basically a wall at this point in the game, and it Is this closed? I think I clicked on a tree there at some point. It's hard to tell. There could or may or may not be a tree there blocking that off. Wow. Incredible map. Incredible series. I'm really impressed by Soi's ability here. So, Soi already with a single Vil lead. I wonder what happened there. It's at 13 pop. So that couldn't have been... That could have been a quick housing error from Iron, but it's of no matter. He'll be just a little bit behind, like a couple seconds. Now, I think it's going to be important to note what IS does. I think IronSteel, what you can read from this is how many villagers does he place on that initial wood line. When we've seen 7 on wood from him, he goes for multiple docks, and he tries to go up on like a 24 villager with like up to 6 or 7 fishing boats, giving him like a 31 pop. 31 pop when he hits Tool. But if we see just like 3 villagers on a clean wood line, we might be seeing the double villager push into his opponent's lane to get the aggressive barracks and the axe rush. So let's see what we can notice here. I'm not exactly sure what we can look for here. 19 vills for each. Yeah, Soi just being a little bit of ahead. Already with one of his elephants. Did I miss an elephant being over? No, this was one of these elephants, right? The elephant over here just lured it around the town center. His town center is looking really good here, and so is IronSteel's, but his elephants being a little bit further away would be somewhat of an issue. Iron? Okay, so we have the 2 villagers moving forward. Is this going to be... There's only 6 on wood here, I think. Oh, and are we going to get the Morik debacle once again? And the villagers meet up in the middle, and IronSteel gets 2 hits off, meaning he can move forward with 1 while his other villager chases. This is critical. So now, Iron has the option of moving across and another hit coming in. If Soi tries to double back, he could get bashed by this guy. A lot of bops coming in. 9 HP on this villager. This villager had to dance around the alligators. The micro from IronSteel, insane so far. And he's gonna... He almost had a hill hit on him. SoiGia, even with the hill advantage, would not be able to beat this villager in combat. This guy's almost getting the hit off. You can see him. He quickly takes out the bone. He's like, you're not close enough. Oh, and at the top of the hill he gets a hit off. But it's only for 2 damage because he's at the top of a hill. Oh, man. Oh, man. This is exciting. The crocodiles cleared. And... Oh, Soi's bringing 2 villagers forward, but one's been damaged by a crocodile. Now, IronSteel's got to be really careful. He notices immediately. He goes in and gets the first hit, but he's going to get clapped. He's going to get clapped. He's going to get clapped. Oh, no. This villager, we got 3 on 2. We got 3 on 2, but this one is far more hurt, and it's in a positional disadvantage. If he runs to the right of the stone mine... Oh, and he doesn't. He notices the threat. He could have gotten clapped there. Oh, man. 3 on 2. So this is interesting. This is a lot of idle time from Soi. Let's check the economies, but he has the economic lead. He can afford this. Neither player getting docks during this dance. This delicate dance. And IronSteel, oh, he brought some village. He's bringing more boys. The lads. The lads. This is insane. And a stable for IronSteel. What a change of events. And this is incredible. This is incredible. This is absolutely insane. So we have a stable coming up for both players as soon as they hit Tool. Look at the timeline. Look at that. The same time. Identical. But IronSteel with 2 Vil deficit. He's going for the wall off. He sees the stables. He's going to try to get the wall off before that first scout comes. But Scout's trained pretty quickly. He's not going to be able to get this full thing in time unless he sends more boys forward. Is he going for a wall off to here or wall off to here? He could get it if he brings these Vils forward, but the scout comes out for IronSteel. Maybe this is the advantage he needs. That first Vil is going to go down, but I think Soi is going to quickly ignore the scout. Soi's going to ignore the scout and go for the Vils. Oh, man. And the dog coming out for Soi with that, with that 1 HP villager. So much value from that. The other villagers for Soi going down, but IronSteel has yet to finish the wall off, and the upgrades are going to come in. He has 2-2 on these scouts for Soi. 1 scout very damaged, though. The other scout, full health, on a granary. Oh, man, this could be absolutely brutal. The 2 scouts from Soi, full health, getting in. IronSteel needs to hold the defense here. Another scout coming out for both players. We have scout on scout action, guys. Who's going to be the first to go Bowman? I don't know. Both players focusing intensely on the micro of the scouts. Both the full upgrades. HP advantage is with Soi at this point because one will go down, and this one's about to die. Bringing some boys forward. He needs to bring the Bills forward to help, and he's calling the GG already. And just like that, the game is over. The scout rush from Soi, absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.